My wife cried, "I never wanted to marry you. I've always wanted him." Her name appeared on my phone 2 weeks before my wedding. A notification, one vibration, nothing more. But it froze everything inside me. Maya, missed call. For a moment, I just stared at the screen. My fiancée was in the next room, humming to herself as she arranged flowers, unaware that the past I'd buried had clawed its way back to the surface. I didn't answer. I couldn't. It had been 3 years since I last heard her voice, 3 years since I walked into what used to be our bedroom and found her with my stepbrother, his hand tangled in her hair, her breathless laugh filling the space where my future used to live. And then her words, sharp, unfiltered, almost relieved. "I never wanted to marry you. I've always wanted him." They still echoed, a poison preserved in memory. I rebuilt my life after that, piece by piece, quietly, carefully. A new city, a new job, a new name on my mailbox. And now, just as everything aligned, just as the world steadied for the first time, she called. Once, then again. Then a message followed, small and almost fragile. "Please, it's urgent." I felt my heartbeat shift. Slow, heavy, calculated. Not fear, no. Recognition. Trouble never knocks, it calls, and it always calls at the wrong time. I didn't respond, not immediately. I had trained myself too well to act only with intention. But the past has its own gravity. So I opened her message. A picture first, blurry, desperate. Then a line, "I need to talk to you before your wedding." My stomach tightened, not out of longing, but out of anticipation. The kind you feel when you know the truth is about to drag something ugly into the light. Because Maya never reached out unless she wanted something. Love wasn't her currency, control was. And I had spent years ignoring the small signs, the late-night work meetings, the sudden interest in my stepbrother's hobbies, the way her smile stretched wider when he was in the room. Back then, I mistook it for coincidence. Now, I recognized it for what it had always been, preparation. The betrayal itself hadn't destroyed me. The clarity had. Her voice, that night, still stayed lodged under my skin. Not the screaming or the excuses, there were none. Just the truth she threw at me like she'd been waiting for the right moment to finally breathe it out. "I never wanted you." So why call now? Why reach for the man she'd discarded? I didn't want the answer, but I needed it. And that difference, want versus need, was where people like her always lost. I spent the next day moving like a ghost through my own life, smiling at my fiancé, answering emails, tasting cake samples, all while the old machinery inside me began turning again. Slow, precise, merciless. I checked Maya's social media. Nothing. I checked my stepbrothers. Silent. Odd. They were always loud. Then I dug deeper. Old contacts, financial records, traces they probably thought they'd erased. A pattern emerged, subtle but unmistakable. 3 months ago, their posts dwindled. 2 months ago, they vanished completely. And last month, silence. Something had cracked between them, and she was reaching for the man she once used to build that life, me. A part of me felt the old ache, not love, humiliation. But the rest of me? Cold, focused. I requested access logs for an old shared cloud account she forgot I still had access to. Buried inside was a folder she never erased. Screenshots, messages, plans she had made with him before she ever confessed her truth to me. They weren't cheating because they fell in love. They cheated because I was convenient. And I didn't confront her then because I had no desire to hear her justify it. Pain doesn't need an audience. But this time, I wanted to see her face when the truth she once weaponized finally turned on her, so I called her back. She answered on the first ring, Her breath caught, as if she forgot how to inhale. "Thank you," she whispered. I said nothing. Then she broke. "He left me," she confessed. "Your stepbrother, he's gone. He used me, lied to me, told me we'd—" Her voice cracked. "He took everything." I listened in silence. Not out of cruelty, out of discipline. Then, trembling, she asked the question she had been circling around. "Can we meet? Please, I need you." There it was. Not love, not remorse. Need. The same word that had kept me in the dark for years. So I met her. A cafe, neutral ground. She looked like a shadow of the woman she once was. Eyes raw, hands shaking, hope clinging to her like a dying thing. "I was wrong," she murmured. "I didn't mean what I said that night. I was angry, confused." I slid my phone across the table. The screenshots glowed on the screen. Her messages, her plans, her betrayal written in her own words. She stared, and something inside her shattered. Her voice fell to a whisper. "You kept these?" "No," I said. "You did. I just knew where to look." Her face crumpled, not from shame, but from realization. She couldn't rewrite my past anymore. I kept my voice steady. "I'm getting married in 2 weeks." She blinked rapidly, tears rising. "Don't," she breathed. "Please, don't do this. You still care. I know you do." "No," I said simply. "I don't." She froze, like the air had turned solid around her. "I came here," I continued, "so you could see what the truth looks like when it doesn't break me." Her lips trembled. "I made a mistake." "You made a choice." She leaned forward. "I can fix this. I can—" "You already did," I said. Her eyes filled, searching my face for the man she once controlled. But he was gone. I stood. She grabbed my wrist, desperate, shaking. "Please, don't leave me like this." I gently removed her hand. "You left first," I said. "All I did was follow." And I walked out. Calm, whole, untouched. She didn't chase me. She didn't have the strength. Outside, the sky was clean, the air sharp. Everything felt newly aligned. I wasn't angry, not anymore. Anger requires attachment. What I felt was clarity, the kind born from watching the past try to resurrect itself and failing. I didn't block her. I didn't need to. Silence is its own kind of ending. 2 weeks later, I stood across from my fiancée, her hand steady in mine. And for the first time in years, I didn't look back. Some truths destroy you. Others release you. Maya was both. But in the end, only one of us walked away whole. And it wasn't her.